Hi, I'm Brett Weiss, here with number 2 in my Bankruptcy Basics podcast. Today I'm going to talk about the meeting of creditors, 3 words that strike fear into the hearts of most of my clients. When my clients hear that they have to attend a meeting of creditors, most of them get a mental image of being seated in a straight-back chair in a large darkened room with a spotlight in their face and their creditors in hooded robes around them. It's nothing like that. The typical meeting of creditors in a Chapter 7 case lasts about 3 to 5 minutes. The typical meeting of creditors in a Chapter 13 normally lasts about 5 to 7 minutes. Very rarely do creditors appear. And the reason that creditors very rarely appear is because there's really no reason for them to attend in the overwhelming majority of cases. Now, there are 3 exceptions to that rule. You should expect to see creditors if you operate a large business, if you're involved in a nasty divorce and your spouse wants to make things difficult on you, or if you owe a lot of debt. And a lot of debt, I'm talking about several $1 million. Other than those situations, it is very unlikely that any creditors will be at the meeting of creditors. So why do they call it that? Well, it's called that under the Bankruptcy Code, specifically Section 341 of the Bankruptcy Code. And if you talk to your lawyer may refer to the 341. He's talking or she's talking about the meeting of creditors. The main purpose for the meeting of creditors is for your trustee to ask you a series of fairly standard questions. What are these questions? It's not a test. The questions are designed to confirm that you are who you say you are. You'll be asked for a driver's license or other photo ID and proof of your Social Security number, Social Security card, W-2 form. Some insurance cards will have that information, something that has the full Social Security number. Once the trustee has verified that you are who you say you are, then they'll ask questions designed to make sure that you've listed all of your assets, you've listed all of your debts, and the information in the schedules is true, correct, and complete. If you're not self-employed, you don't have your own business, you don't have a house, there's nothing unusual about your case. Once that's done, the trustee may actually end the meeting there. I've had simple meetings of creditors in Chapter 7 cases last as short as 30 seconds. Now, if you have a house, the trustee will probably ask a few questions trying to determine how much the property's worth. If you run a business, you may get asked questions about cash flow and assets for the business. But the main purpose is for the trustee to determine whether or not there are any assets that can be used to distribute to creditors. In the typical case, the meeting of creditors is normally held between about 4 to 6 weeks after the case is filed. And once it's over, you are very unlikely to have to go to any continued or subsequent meeting of creditors. Almost all my clients worry about it. They have sleepless nights beforehand, despite the fact that I tell them they don't need to worry about it. And after it's over, almost all of them say, you're right, I really didn't have to worry. Don't let it scare you. It's, in the overwhelming majority of cases, nothing to worry about. See you next time. Goodbye.